Hey everyone, Bri2J here with another episode of Yay Toys, and today's review is going to be on the Bandai Tamashii Nations S.H.Figuarts Marvel Captain America Civil War Iron Man Mark 46. Wow, that was a lot to say. So, the Mark 46 was one of my all-time favorite marks throughout the Iron Man cinematic history. And this figure, well, it did not disappoint me. With that being said, let's check it out. And here's 46, and I have to say, I'm really liking this figure a lot. The only things that would have made this figure a little bit better would have been a Tony Stark head sculpt, and also maybe a little bit of paint in the eyes and the arc reactor to make this figure pop. I'm hoping the Tony Stark that we're getting, I don't know exactly when, but I know we're getting a Tony Stark with bits and pieces of Mark 42 from the Iron Man 3 movie. That would be really cool if the head can fit on any of the S.H.Figuarts Iron Men that have been released. Yeah, so outside of the paint and the head, alternate head, I'm really liking this figure. I like this figure just as much as I like all the rest of my Iron Man figures from S.H.Figuarts. I like my Figma ones equally, but, like the majority of my Iron Man figures are from S.H.Figuarts. So, other than that, just everything about this figure is great. The sculpt detailing is beautiful. The paint detailing is phenomenal. I do love the Ferrari red that we get again, or the Hot Rod red, just like the rest of the Iron Man figures. The gold is really nice. The little specks of silver throughout. Really, really great figure. Let's see. The height, he is 6 inches tall, or just shy of 6. He is in perfect scaling with Captain America from the S.H.Figuarts Civil War wave. So, if you want to have that iconic scene from Civil War where, like, Iron Man's blasting at Cap's shield, you could do that. Because they're in perfect scaling. For articulation on this figure, it's just like the rest of the Iron Man figures. You have the head that can go all the way around. It's on a ball hinge, as well as the neck being a separate piece, so you get the articulation for when you want to have them posed in flight. A lot of side-to-side pivot. There's a lot of articulation in the head and neck, so that's great. These are on a hinge, covering up all the like the bits and pieces in there. But you do get full range of motion outward. Arms go all the way around. You do have double jointed elbows. The wrists are on a hinge as well as a peg, so you get full range there. The diaphragm and the waist are all two separate pieces there, so you do get full range there. You do get the pull down joint, upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, which go really far back, ankle pivot and hinge, and toe articulation. And these little flaps are separate, so you can lift it up, so you get better range of motion on the feet. And the feet are die cast, so that's always great. You get better stability that way. For effect parts, he comes with the same as Mark 45, but if you don't own 45, I will show you. He comes with repulsor blast pieces, which look really nicely. You get the white at the bottom for like the hottest part of the blast, bleeding into the yellow. That looks really great. You do get the flight stimulator hands, parts rather, so like you can, have him balance, even if you want to have like one in one hand. So he's like kind of balancing in the air and then firing this guy at the opponent or the enemy. You do get thruster parts too, which they just plug into the bottom of the boots there. So that's really cool. The only thing I wish this figure had was a Tamashii stand, because it's Iron Man and he flies, so why no stand? That would have been really cool to have that. Good thing I have a ton of them. Let's see. What else? The hands. So you get 2 relaxed hands. You get 2 salute/flight hands. And then you get the default fists naturally, and then you get the blast effect hand, or the what you call it, the flight stimulator hand. So this has the little peg on there, where the other ones just have the paint, you know, to give the effect part better. Let's see. To swap out the hands, pretty simple. You would just take the hand off, like so. A little ball peg there. You know, put it on like that. The Mark 45, it wasn't angled, so it was more like just a hinge. But I mean, I want to plug that in there. You know, that looks really, really great. I really like it. It doesn't really come with anything else except for a warning. So they give you a little warning there that paint may rub off. So just be careful, because you know, the Iron Man figures, they're really beautifully done, but you know, the paint is delicate, and so just be very careful with it. I mean, hey, if it gets scratched, you know, when does the Iron Man armor ever stay the way it was built in any of the movies? So, I mean, hey, if it happens, it happens, but just be careful. I like to keep mine, you know, as pristine as possible, but that's just me. There's really not much else going on with this figure outside of it being, you know, what I showed you guys. It's a great figure. I mean, if you have the extra cash on hand, I say pick them up. I mean, I'm in New York. I picked mine up at Image Anime. Same with Captain America. I get a few pieces from there, actually. Figuarts are pricey. This figure cost me about $85, I want to say. But you pay for good quality stuff. I mean, as much as I like Hasbro and the way their figures look most of the time, you know, like their Iron Man Mark 46 is not, you know, metallic paint, and you don't get all these effect parts. You get some effect parts with that figure, but you know what I mean? It's just not the same. Well, I guess that's it for this video. You could find it on InnerCityGeeks.com, as well as my YouTube channel, which is Yay Toys. You could find it on Facebook at Scream Yay Toys. If you want to follow me and see my everyday stuff, go to Instagram. It's Bri2J, BRI_2J. If you just want to follow my toy channel, that's fine too. And that's also Instagram, Yay_toys. So, with that being said, actually, wait, there'll be pics at the end of the video. So, and now, with that being said, peace.